Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking out this episode of Nerd Caliber. I'm here with Lily Stitches, and we're going to talk about her amazing Harley Quinn cosplay. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We're good. We're good. So yes, this looks fantastic. Let's first talk about the makeup.
My
Uh,
makeup?
yeah. What is the process that you do to put it together?
Well, it's really funny you say that. So our interview's at 4 p.m. So I was like, oh, let me start at 3. So I have plenty of time. It took me 15 minutes. So then I just sat in my house with full face, just like, well, but I actually got my makeup tips from Crimson Quinn Cosplay. Uh, I use like a white base foundation, and then I use a water-based white face paint. Put it all on. Basic eyeliner, fake lashes, a ton of blush all over the place.
Would you say it's a very expensive process?
It's not cheap, no. But I would say these products are on the less expensive scale, which is kind of great. So I don't feel as bad if like I mess it up and I have to wash it all off and start over. And it's actually because it's water-based, I have an easier time getting it off. So again, like if I mess one thing up, it's not a huge deal if I have to like start all over again. It's
Okay.
not fun. I don't like it, but it's not going to stain everything around me. It's not going to stain all my washcloths and stuff. So
Okay. Now you mentioned that some of your costume is commissioned and some isn't. What would so that we know what is and what isn't.
well, I basically commission all of it.
Okay.
I can modify stuff. I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, hold on. I am really good at rhinestoning because I'm also a burlesque performer. So, whoop, hold on. I rhinestoned that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How long did that take you to do that?
This is a couple of years old. It actually probably took me between 8 and 12 hours because you know how some people are like, oh, I knit because it's just so relaxing. It's like that. I'll put on like a good movie and I'll just sit down and I'll just start going.
Oh, okay.
But
Now, how do you do it so that like it doesn't like, oh, that's awesome.
yeah, I kept these out so I can break them out.
So how do you when you do add rhinestones to things? How do you do it so that for someone that doesn't know at all how to do it? How do you do it so that it stays in?
Okay, so this is how to do it as safely as possible. A lot of people swear by the glue called E6000, but it's highly toxic and has a lot of gross fumes, and you have to wear a mask with it. Which, if that's what you want, cool. I used to use it, but I don't use it anymore. I use a glue called Gemtac, and you can get that like Walmart or Michael's or wherever. And then I have a wax pencil. It looks like a regular pencil, except it's made of wax. And then I keep a tray of rhinestones and I just like pick one up, put it down, pick one up, put it down.
Hmm.
And then, after a while, you get this. Yeah, it if you're making something as intense as that, it'll obviously take a lot longer. But I don't know if you could pick it up. On my cowl, I have all Swarovskis because I actually competed in a burlesque competition years ago as Harley. So I Swarovski'd my whole suit. Actually, I have that here too. I don't know if you can see the stones, but they're there. They're sparkling. But yeah, I sparkled up my robe for
Oh wow.
fun. For fun.
What is it about Harley Quinn? Do you feel that? What is it about the character that draws so many people that want to be her or act like her?
You know, it's funny because I asked earlier, I was like, would it be okay if I did Harley? Because I know like there are so many of us. There's so many of us. And I'm gonna take a second just to say in 2020 it's been a huge train wreck. As we all know. But like this year I've actually made a lot of friends that are Harley Quinn cosplayers that have been very supportive and very awesome, which is so cool because now stuff can grow. But personally for me, I got into cosplaying Harley because I saw a little of myself there way back in the day, and Harley Quinn kind of helped me get through some stuff. So, like in the beginning, I was like, this is a silly costume. And then, I was in a situation that needed to be done with. And I was like, you know what? And that was actually around the time when like New 52 and stuff started. I'm like, I want to be strong like her. I'm gonna be strong like her. And that was pretty much my love of Harley Quinn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I know personally I see a strength in her with her being a PhD and her being like, she's a total badass. Like she can take down Batman if she really wants, and she's a gymnast. And it's just, I see a lot of strength, and it's just, I feel very good when I put on my suit. Like
You
very
you
put
feel
together.
you feel very empowered.
I do. I really do.
When it comes to shipping, some
Oh,
people like the Joker, some people
nope.
like Booster Gold, Poison Ivy.
Mhm.
Would you say is your favorite ship?
Harley, well, of Harley?
Yes.
Oh, Ivy, hands down. Done. Like, I actually, the rest of my room isn't lit very well. I have two posters on my wall next to me, and one is Harley and the Joker, like in like wedding everything. And I mean, it's the OG. It's the OG ship. But like, I love Harley and Ivy together. I love it because Ivy is just supportive and awesome. And even if they're not like together, like she's a supportive BFF. Like, I'm not a fan of the Harley Joker ship. Oh, I know it's the worst, but like I said, like I saw a part of me there. So it's hard for me to be like, yeah, I want them back together, but, or I'm also a fan of the Harley and loving herself ship.
So you mentioned that you use parts of your Harlequin cosplay for your burlesque act.
Mhm.
How do you how do you do wardrobe exactly for that? Like,
Oh my God. Well, I'm glad I cut this out. So I have my Booty and the Geek Harley. She has a big, tough zipper. Big tough zipper. It is like one of those like big plastic ones, so it's easy to just zip. Blah. I add rhinestones to everything, as you can see. I guess the short answer is I try to think of what she would wear and then make it as sparkly as possible and as obnoxious as possible, and then also easy to get in and out of, because you have 3.5 minutes to get out of a bodysuit, boots, this thing, and all of it, and make it look good.
oh, okay. And it has been. Are you happy with the reaction that you've been getting?
Oh my God, that act it became a thing. It became a thing because, at a burlesque show, usually it ends in booby tassels. Mine also ends in butt tassels. And the other thing is that I became very known for in my burlesque performing is, I don't know if you've ever seen me perform, I do knee drops. I jump up high as I can and land straight down on my knees.
Oh.
Yeah, I see your face. I see it. And so when I do Harley, I started wearing knee pads, but then hilariously the world ended, so I can't perform right now. But of course, after so many years of performing, I finally went, I need knee pads. But yeah, I dropped down on my knees, and my favorite part, and this sounds horrible, is when I hit the ground and I hear the audience just go, oh! And yeah, that's my favorite thing. Like, do your knees hurt? And like, because it's so much adrenaline, I don't feel it. The next morning, I see the big black and blues, and I'm like, well, that's a thing. So I'm sure in a few years I'll be paying for that. But hearing the audience reaction of me landing straight down on my knees is probably the best.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
It like there's a silence and like a ah.
So, what is next for your cosplay? What are you looking to change or enhance or?
Um, it's so funny because I actually took a couple years off from cosplaying Harley because I cosplayed Harley so much that I actually went blonde because I was tired of wearing wigs. And I did the act like 1,000 times to the point where people weren't really surprised anymore. So I took a couple years off. And then after Suicide Squad came out, I did an Ariel Harley Quinn mashup. So this year, after Birds of Prey happened, I was like, okay, I'm back. You got me back. Let's do it. So I've been amassing Harleys that I've always kind of bookmarked in my brain, or like I'm finally doing Power Girl Harley, which is really exciting. I want to do that for years, and it took my friend It's a Me Cosplay. She was like, "Oh hey, I finally bought Power Girl," and I'm like, "Yes, okay, buying the other one, got it." And then I have pretty much all of my Birds of Prey stuff, and I've just been perfecting my makeup, trying new stuff. I pretty much just keep perfecting and doing the ones that I really wanted to do, like the Ghostbuster Harley is something I've wanted to do for years, and I've just been like, I'll do it whenever. And now I don't know why, but maybe because 2020 was a train wreck. It felt like such a YOLO moment. Forgive me for saying YOLO. How do you do, fellow kids? That I just started collecting them. There's no cons to do. There's nothing to do, but I don't know if I'll get the chance to do them. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a hoarder about this. Let's do it. So I've just been self-shooting and doing TikTok and stuff.
So for anyone out there that watches this and become inspired by by your Harley Quinn cosplay, what advice would you give them if they wanted to try making their own and not sure where to start?
I'd say don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Always ask questions, because I've been cosplaying, oh my God, for about 15 years at this point. And I was always intimidated. I was always afraid to ask questions. So I did a lot of stuff on my own, and it came out fine, but I was never like happy with what I had gotten, because I would try to like piece it together on my own, and it would just kind of look like you tried, you know? And I wasn't happy. Like if I was at least happy with it, like I would feel better about it, but I wasn't, because I was always afraid to ask questions. I was always afraid. And now 15 years later, you know, with, I'm going to say the power of social media, because that wasn't around 15 years ago, and going into it not really being around, but kind of, and then there was like, oh, cosplay fame, you know, and I just ask everybody everything now. I'm not afraid anymore. If they give me a no, or like my other favorite, like, hey, where did you get that thing? I got it. Cool. Like, I made it. How did you make it? Like, I don't want to say, like, I'm just saying, like, ask questions. Don't be afraid. A lot of us are a lot nicer than it seems, you know? Like, I can come out like, but I will answer any questions about rhinestoning, about where I get stuff. I can point you in directions of who to talk to. Like, just ask a bunch of questions. That's all I can say. Don't be afraid. Be nice. Be nice. Say thank you. Credit your friends. I don't know.
Speaking of crediting, where can people find more of your work online?
I post a lot on Instagram. So Lily Stitches on Instagram. I post a lot on TikTok. Even though I'm still learning, but I like it. I'm Lily Stitches on TikTok. I actually just launched a coffee, because like I said, I've been doing a lot of content and stuff from home, and it sure adds up. And, it's just a low pressure thing, but you can mostly find me on Instagram and TikTok. I have a Facebook fan page that I update more, like if there are actual human being events. I should probably start updating that again. But the Facebook reach, hard.
Hmm.
So hard. And Instagram and TikTok, Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Lily Stitches. I think that's it. Right? Yeah, that's it. I had to think about it, but I'm on Instagram and TikTok constantly. There's a problem. I bought a ring light.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you
Of
sharing us
course.
about your cosplay. And to our viewers out there, be safe and stay tuned for more cosplay content. Have a great day.